name is Idris Atkins. I want to welcome you back to my haircutting class where I'm teaching you how to do 4 haircuts an hour. This is lesson 2. What are you going to learn in lesson 2? Making your wrist your lever. That's right, making your wrist the lever. Am I telling you not to rely on the other lever on the clipper? No, by no means. But I'm going to teach you how to combine the two together and actually cut time where you can do 4 haircuts in an hour. So what's the first thing you need to know? Number 1, every single blade can cut 3 different lengths. Yes, 3 different lengths. What are those lengths? We call the first one flat, the second one mid, and we call the third one high. What do we mean? Flat, the blade will cut actually what it says it cut. Mid, the blade now is going to cut a little bit longer and a midway point to the next blade. And high is when you actually cut a little less than to the next level blade or actually get close to actually cutting the length of the next level blade. We're going to do a demonstration on how this works. So I'm going to get this mannequin and we will show you. So when we say flat, we mean flat to the head like this, where you're actually cutting the length of the blade. And when we say mid, it means that the blade come a little bit off the head and the clipper is perpendicular to the head and now it's cutting a little bit longer length, which is halfway length to the next level blade. And when we say high, we mean a little bit higher than perpendicular, and that length can fluctuate based on how much hair you want to leave on the head, and that will actually get you close to the next level blade. Now, what's nice about this style of cutting will allow you to cut time because you actually, with your wrist, can control it instantly. Flat, mid, high. Most barbers who want to pick up cut time, they take the clipper and they actually move their arms and their wrists and their elbows and their shoulder, throw their back out, trying to cut time. But you, on the other hand, will be able to cut time right here in your wrist. Now, what's nice about this is to get that type of mobility, you need to understand there's a certain way to hold the clipper. And putting your hand out in front of you, dropping the clipper down like this, putting it on your 4 fingers, dropping your thumb, and drop the wrist like this. The pinky won't really be used. You don't have to drop it, but it floats. And this is what it will allow you to do. Flat, mid, high. Flat, mid, high. Flat, mid, high. Flat, mid, high. Remember this way of holding your wrist. Now, what's nice about this as well, we call this style of cutting Bob Ross. If you all don't know who Bob Ross is, around those who are around my age know he used to come on Sunday mornings and he was the best artist we ever knew. He's still on Netflix for those of you who don't know who he is. But Bob Ross actually will tell us before he would do it, we're going to put a forest right here. And we think he's going to do a few trees. That man do pop, pop, cut, a whole forest. Then he'll tell us, hey, I'm going to put a waterfall here. We think it's some little waterfall. He go, boom, an actual waterfall, large. He cut time some kind of way. And that's what we going to do. Show you how to cut time by using your wrist. Flat, mid, high, flat, mid, high, flat, mid, high. So, the next thing you will learn in the next lesson will be lesson 3. Look forward to it. I'm going to show you where to place the blade, only using half of the blade and why. So, what you need to be ready for is lesson 3. And before we go, I want you to know that this bottle of Blade Boost actually help the performance of your blades. And you can get this at hairclippersworld.com. We're going to now conclude with some music.